He had to come in and get changed
Oh.
and probably eat something if he was smart.
This meeting is called pursuant to the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Law. Would you all please rise for the flag salute? Roll call, please.
Committeewoman Evans? Here. Committeeman Montgomery?
Present.
Committeeman Dick?
Present.
Deputy Mayor Torty? Here. Mayor Gilmore?
Here. Minutes. I need a motion and approval of the regular committee minutes of July 8th and the work session minutes of July 29th. I need a motion and a second, please.
Motion.
Second.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Dick?
Yes.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mrs. Torty? Yes. Mayor Gilmore?
Yes. I do not see Sergeant Antonucci. So we have all of our other reports, A through G. I need a motion and a second to accept.
Motion.
Second.
Mr. Dick?
Yes.
Mrs. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mrs. Torty? Yes. Mayor Gilmore?
Yes.
And Mayor Gilmore, if I may request to amend tonight's agenda to include under the discussion presentation correspondence as A, the Hainesport Municipal Park Arbor Walk Program Improvement Project presentation by Janice Ludden, Environmental Commission Chair and Land Use Board Member, and that would be prior to honoring Tish Kelly tonight,
Okay.
as well as adding Resolution 2025-120-8, not part of consent, as a standalone resolution, supporting the pursuit of funding and exploring opportunities to purchase fire apparatus. And that's to amend the budget with, or I'm sorry, amend the agenda for those two items to be added.
So we need a motion and a second.
So moved. Second.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mr. Dick?
Yes.
Mrs. Evans?
Yes.
Mrs. Torty? Yes. Mayor Gilmore?
Yes. Okay, so Mrs. Ludden. Good evening.
Hi, I'm Janice Ludden, and I'm representing the Environmental Commission tonight. Thank you for the chance to talk tonight about something that the Environmental Commission would like to do, and we're hoping to get some feedback and approvals for 2 signs to go into the municipal complex. Hopefully, I think you guys got a copy of the draft of the sign and the proposed locations as to where we might put it. For a couple years, the commission's been talking about putting the signs up so that the residents know about the labeled trees that are in the park. The labels have been in the park for a while. A lot of them are along Deacon Road. But recently, we put up a web page that has a description of the trees, when they bloom, and other details. And we would like signs that sort of lets the residents know that the trees are there as they're walking, and also directs them to more information. So the sign, I think, that you got is, it's half the size of what we're proposing, so it would be 18 by 24 metal sign. And there's a QR code on there, but the QR code goes to the Environmental Commission page, not directly to the Arbor page. And the reason why I have it that way is because currently the Arbor page is a PDF, and I think when I submit updates to that PDF, the name seems to change, and it would invalidate the QR code. So as long as that's a PDF, and we'll probably be changing that page as we add trees or things like that, something that comes up. So that's where that would go. The only thing, when I was looking at the sign yesterday, I was thinking that it probably needs like a border around it. When you look at most signs, there's like an outline for some reason on the sign that I guess makes it stand out. So I'm thinking that, I don't know if signs come with the border around it. I have to look at that. But the signs I've been looking at seem to be about $80 per sign. So we were talking about putting 2 signs. Since most of the trees are along Deacon Road, one of the signs would be, if you're on Deacon Road, there's an entrance towards the school that comes onto the walkway and then the bridge that goes into the main park. So putting a sign there that would sort of face, if you're walking in that direction, from the municipal park over the bridge onto the Deacon Road pathway. And then the other sign we were talking about putting near the snack bar, so that when we have events and things like that, people can learn about the fact that we have the Arbor Walk. So definitely appreciate any feedback, comments. Hopefully this is something that we can get up. The plan would be to get it there before the Fall Festival on September 20th, if I can get the sign ordered and put up.
Thanks, Janice. And as you know, the Green Team is hoping to get some points for this activity too. When we first discussed it, there was a third location for this sign. What was the third location? And I think I came back and said, why don't we have 3 signs? But is that outside of the budget?
I don't know exactly what we put in the budget at this point. Things got moved, like they're clumped together, so I think we estimated more than $80 a sign. So as long as, sometimes it feels like when you go to order something and then it's like, oh, well, it's more
Always
than,
more.
yeah, it's always more. But, I don't know, we talked about it at the meeting. I had suggested 3 locations, and then I think, I was not there when we did a walkthrough to where the signs could go. But the other one I think we had proposed was on the other side of the parking lot over, there's like a corner, like where the tennis courts are, there's like a tree there, maybe a sign there, so that if you're starting that way, or if you're just going to the playground or the pickleball court or something like that, you would also see one. But I don't know if 3 is overkill, or the other thing we talked about was maybe double siding it, so that, instead of the sign just facing one direction, possibly one on each side of the post, if that's possible.
And Paula Yolen and I took a field trip and did that, I guess it was last week, I don't know, put us together. And we think one side would be fine. We found 2 locations that we think the one side would be good and where it would be. And as you mentioned, where the first one was, the T, where the walkway was on Deacon Road, and the other one by the concession stand. It appeared that to be the best place to put it was near the other signs. And we talked back and forth about this a little bit, but it appeared to
Where
be
the
that
big trail
where the
sign?
big one is. And I think we only needed the one side there. But certainly, if we could certainly take another field trip and find a third place. But, that other location sounds good, but yeah.
And Janice, from experience of putting up signs,
Yes.
a slightly larger sign rather than 2 sides usually is worth
Okay,
it. If
so
you're going to
let's
spend an
get
extra
extra
20
money,
bucks,
spend it on the
I would
bigger
say
sign.
make it 24 by 30 instead of double-sided.
Okay.
Because people will go around and look and see what's on the sign,
Oh,
and you
okay.
can see it from further. That's just my opinion from
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
ball field and stuff.
So, the content of the sign look okay
Yeah.
as far as everybody's thing, so hopefully it'll come out okay. But thank you for the chance to present it and for us to put it up, and hopefully it'll be up before the event, so.
That would be great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Janice.
All right. That being done, Letitia Kelly, please come to the podium. Because Tish, tonight we get to do something very special. We get to celebrate you. You've been part of Kingsport your entire life, and for more than 27 years, you've poured your time, your heart, and your energy into making this community better. You shaped young minds as a substitute teacher for 25 years, and you've been a voice on the environmental community since the day you helped found it back in 1998. For nearly 3 decades, you also served on the Joint Land Use Board, making sure that Kingsport grows responsibly while protecting what makes it special. beyond all of that, your love of Hainsport's history and your incredible knowledge of our past have made you honorary Hainsport historian. A title you've more than earned. So on behalf of the Township Committee and all of our residents, we want to thank you for your decades of service, for the countless volunteer hours, for your unwavering commitment to this place we all call home. We are so grateful to you, Tish, and tonight we celebrate you. And I'd like to present you. Okay, we are now open for comments from the public. This is with regards to agenda items only, and comments are limited to 5 minutes. Is there anyone in the room that has any comments? Yes, ma'am.
Paul Euland from Creekwoods. I wanted to talk a little bit about Tish, in case everyone here doesn't know who she is and what she did for our town. I met her through the Environmental Commission. She had so much experience that when I came in, it was just a very quick meshing of here's what we're working on, and really formed a very nice group. So I want to let you know she was not only busy during the day doing substitute teaching, she was at Joint Land Use Board meetings, she was at Environmental Commission meeting. She's a very active church member. Also, excellent singer in her choir. So this woman was going like 6 days a week. So I just want you to know she left a beautiful life's work in our town, and I personally appreciate it. I know she had to go. That's okay. She's allowed. So thank you.
Thanks, Paula.
Thanks, Paula. Anyone else in the room with regards to agenda items? Is there anyone online this evening?
There are 2 people online.
Any comments with regards to agenda items?
Not yet.
Joe or Kristen?
Not yet?
No.
Somebody was telling me,
Oh.
yeah.
This is agenda items. This is now on the
That's what I
agenda.
thought.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, that's
it's-
right, yeah, it is on the agenda. I'm sorry,
Mike,
Mike, yeah,
it is on the agenda.
That's my
now.
bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now-
Okay, nobody's online responding, so I'm going to assume that no one online is going to
Okay,
give
so we'll
comments.
close it for online.
Hey, good evening, everyone.
Your name and address, please?
I was about to do that. Michael Houlihan,
Yes, you do.
2 Burnwood Road. I'm the president of the Hainsport Fire Company. The Hainsport Volunteer Fire Company was founded in 1922. Through the years, the membership has risen and fallen. When I joined in 2020, membership was low. Now, 5 years later, we are rising on a rising track. During that time, the town has grown. More businesses, more homes, more vehicles, more people. The fire company must also grow. In the last 6 months, the town and the fire company have moved closer together. Communication has grown and continues to grow. A fire company representative will be attending all town meetings going forward.
And, former and current board members have joined the fire company. We have developed a recruitment action plan that we're calling RAP that is supported by our website, which is currently under construction, by posting on social media, church newsletters, working with schools, and with formation of a specific committee within the fire company. This recruitment committee will keep track of promotional efforts, writing pieces to be posted electronically, reviewing new members' applications, and communicating with the board and the company. We seek from the town a new apparatus, an apparatus that mirrors the growth I mentioned earlier. A fire truck known as a quint, which is a quintuple combination pumper. A quint does 5 things well. Pump, it's a water tank, a fire hose, aerial device, and ground ladders. This truck can extend to rescue people on 2nd and 3rd floors. This truck will put water on a property via a LDH tip to the extension ladder. It will carry every type of tool and equipment necessary for any type of call. And this truck carries 500 gallons of water, capable of instantly putting water upon arriving at a scene. In short, a quint saves lives because it is nimble, versatile, and useful in any situation. As the town grows, so must the fire company. Thanks.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you. Any other comments from the audience? Yes. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Good to be out of the hospital. Joe Torty, 4 Easton Way in Hainesport. And I am by education a chemical engineer. Engineering teaches you, or taught me, and I think all engineers, how to look at problems, look at opportunities from every angle. What happens if you do, what happens if you don't, what happens if you can, what happens if you can't. Should you, would you? Maybe you should, and look at it from all areas, just unemotionally and just the facts. And then you gather all the facts that you possibly can and you evaluate them, usually by talking to experts in the field. As part of that, one of my first jobs was working in refineries and chemical plants, where I went to the Reno Fire School and became certified there, and knowing that refinery fires are different than trash can fires. Some of them are invisible. Some of them have poisonous gases. You have to have special strategies. You have to have special equipment to deal with these fires. I lost a couple friends in explosions at these things, so it's very emotional for me, including the fact that my house burned down when I was in high school. So, having said that, just knowing that, being an engineer, I'm usually full of myself and think I could be one of the smartest people in the room, but when it comes to making decisions about critical things, I look to the experts, to the people who are far more educated than me about this and who know what's required to fight fires and to handle the responsibilities of the safety of the residents in a town. So having said that, I did a lot of research myself when all this comes up, because it's been front and center for a long time. And I like to listen to everybody, but I also like to do research. Out of today, when you do research, if you look at what trucks are being built and what trucks are being sold nationwide in the United States, if the Pierce Company, out of all aerial and ladder trucks, 85% of their manufacturing today is on quints. The second manufacturer, or the second most, purchased vehicles and manufactured vehicles, they make 90 to 95% of theirs. And this is all from firefighting statistics and magazines. It's, you know, I didn't just get it from Reddit or anything like that. So they are, much like you said, very, very versatile, very valuable, and people who know, I mean, I'm in manufacturing. I run a company in high-performance computing and data centers. And so, you know, I don't know all of those servers and switches and everything else, but the people who manufacture these things know what's next. NVIDIA knows what to bring out and to what to sell and what to build and where it is. And just the fact that these people are building Quints sort of at least would, you know, make me ask the question, why or why not? And all the questions I talked about in the beginning. So I know that you guys care about this town, everybody up there on the Township Committee, the solicitor and our administrator. But I guess I would suggest or recommend that, you know, you take the word of the professionals about what they think is the best thing for this town. They know more than I do, probably more than you guys do in terms of what the strategy should be in outfitting Hainesport to be as safe for our residents and our town to be. That's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
Yes. You were faster.
Front row. Barbara Allen, 10 Spruce Lane. Just wanted to hit on a couple things, because even from the previous meeting, if I'm allowed to refer to the open meeting we had regarding the fire company, there was a lot of question about the suppression systems being put into these new warehouses and the new buildings that are going up, like the one on Creek Road and the other that are proposed. Just want to make a point that, you know, suppression is just that. It's not a fire extinguishing. It's suppressing. And that also will not rescue anybody from a second or third floor building or from the roof of a building. I'm going to try and keep my thoughts because I'm going to forget, sorry. But, you know, also going to the other towns and speaking with other towns, if you haven't done so already, and as George Myers and Sean both said at the other meeting, you know, our surrounding towns that touch us, Mount Laurel is the only other town with any type of ladder or quint or anything to help us out. And again, they're running over 4,000 calls a year. How long are you going to wait for them? Lumberton, Mount Holly, West Hampton, nobody has anything of what this fire company is asking for. And you really need to keep that in mind, because how liable do you want to be if something should happen and Mount Laurel's busy and we can't help our own town out? So just kind of wanted to reiterate some points.
Thank you.
Thanks, Barbara.
Yes.
How are you all today? So I'll reiterate a few things, but some things.
Your name and your address.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We know who you are, but you need to say it.
Understood. Bruce Levinson, 2 Fox Court, Hainesport. So these are some things to consider. The quint that's currently being looked at is a $1.3 million quint. We could have it in about 11 months. And of course, I think that bonding could be done such that it would make it very worthwhile and not very expensive to have this truck. If you don't want this truck and you still want a quint, and you don't buy this one soon, we're going to lose the opportunity very shortly, as other people are all wanting quints because they serve a multitude of purposes. But not only that, you don't need that many people to operate a quint. And as we know, volunteerism is going down, down, down. And it's not just in our town, but it's also in surrounding towns. And as these surrounding towns lose their memberships, they're all going to be wanting quints, and they're going to have less of an opportunity to provide mutual services to our town, leaving our town in an emergency in a very bad situation. I think it's a moral obligation to provide the critical services that are necessary for our town, to provide fire service when fire service is needed. But even more when fire service is really needed in a big emergency. You know, you provide insurance for yourself in times of emergencies, but you hope you never need it. But to have it is an assurance that when you need it, it will be there. So that's one issue. Mutual services are just that. They're mutual services. if you have nothing to provide as a mutual item, you're not going to get a mutual service. So we're going to be left without any service. And again, we need to provide for our town in the most critical situation as an insurance policy. So again, it's important to have this engine for us now rather than later. Of course, if we wait for the other engine, it's going to be, I believe it's 1.6 million. And the engine for 1.3 million that we would get right away, if we had to sell it the next day, we would be able to make that difference back. $300,000 we'll be able to get back very quickly. So to me, it's like a no-brainer to buy this now. And we are, as a township, as a fire department, they are actively seeking more than ever the new membership. And I think you heard that from Mike Houlihan. So that's kind of it for me. And I just want to thank everybody for listening to me, and I appreciate you all. You have a good day.
Thank you, Bruce.
Thank you.
Thanks, Bruce.
Sort.
Sure.
Rick Murphy, 910 Deacon Road. Learned something, Joe. I didn't realize it with the fire. I did lose my house to a house fire in Hainesport in 1991. Whole thing was gone. Also, we lost a child in Hainesport on the same property in 1991 with the emergency squad back then. And so this is very personal to me as a resident. I was actually in the Navy. I was a fireman in the Navy, also a welder, so I am familiar with firefighting. And I just wanted to make everybody aware that as a resident, I personally feel a little embarrassed, and this is just me, because we lost our emergency squad, and we lost our police department. And I don't think I'd really feel good as a Hainesport resident if we lost our fire department. So I just want to stand here today and say, my future, no matter what capacity it is for Hainesport, I support the Hainesport Township Fire Department 100% and anything they need. So I just wanted to say that, and thank you guys for listening.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rick.
Thanks, Rick.
Anyone else? Seeing none, I'm going to close comments. Okay. Ordinances.
It's a new normal.
Ordinance 2025-4, amending Chapter 104 of the Code entitled Land Use. This is the final adoption, so we have a public comments. Any public comments with regards to this ordinance? Online? No?
No.
Closed comments? I need a motion and a second, please.
So moved?
Second.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mr. Dick?
Yes.
Mrs. Evans?
Yes.
Mrs. Torty?
Yes.
Mayor Gilmore?
Yes. Ordinance 2025-5, to release, vacate, and extinguish any and all public rights to the remaining portions of Greenwood Avenue. This is final adoption. We're open for public comment. Any public comments in the room? Online? Closed comments. I need a motion and a second, please.
Motion.
Second?
Mrs. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mr. Dick?
Yes.
Mrs. Torty?
Yes.
Mayor Gilmore?
Yes. Ordinance 2025-6, appropriating the sum of $337,558.83 in funding from the General Capital Fund balance for Fovionics document imaging. This is the final adoption. I open for public comments. None in the room, any online? Closed comments. I need a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
Mrs. Torty?
Yes.
Mr. Dick?
Yes.
Mrs. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mayor Gilmore?
Yes. Ordinance 2025-7, amending the stormwater control ordinance. This is the first reading. Public hearing and final adoption will be September the 9th. I need a motion and a second.
Motion.
Second?
Mrs. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mr. Dick?
Yes.
Mrs. Torty?
Yes.
Mayor Gilmore?
Yes. We have consent resolutions A through F, 2025-114-8 through 2025-119-8. I need a motion and a second.
Could I pull out 116.8?
We need a motion to do that.
May I make a motion that just make my comments on 116.8?
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Torty?
Yes.
Mr. Dick?
Yes.
Mrs. Evans?
Yes.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mayor Gilmore?
Yes. Okay, so can I have a motion and a second on the remaining 5?
Motion.
Second?
Mr. Dick?
Yes.
Mr. Montgomery?
Yes.
Mrs. Evans?
Yes.
Mrs. Torty? Yes. Mayor Gilmore?
Yes. So you pulled 2025-116-8?
Yes.
You wanted to make a comment?
Yeah, so this is certifying the amount necessary to be appropriated for Hainesport for the tax levy for Rancocas Valley Regional High School. I have 4 children that this is their hometown, lived here all their lives, been through the Hainesport School and RV. All 4 are very active in both schools. I've been very active in both schools before I even came here. So the reason I say that is because I want to express my fondness and candidly my love for both of those schools. The increase in the tax that is put on every single one of us here in Hainesport is outrageous. Outrageous. You all got your taxes. If you looked at it, you saw that the municipal tax went down. The county tax went up, still pretty high. The Hainesport school tax went up almost 7%. Outrageous. Supposed to be capped at 2. The state cut fundings to various municipalities and schools. Unfortunately, Hainesport was one of them. So therefore, they allowed the various schools to increase, regardless of the cap. 7% is crazy. But we didn't even notice that, did we? Because we looked at what happened with RV. And again, I say it with all the love in my heart, but over a 30% increase to each one of us is incredulous. If I had a thesaurus with me, I would try to find a stronger word than that. I couldn't let this go. So I asked our illustrious administrator, so what happens if Hainesport just doesn't pay? What if we just don't pay? Now, I know we can't. I know we have to because we're collecting it from everybody. I know we have to pay. But what happens if we don't? Just to prove a point, how angry we are with a 30% increase. So, the penalties would be state intervention, mandamus actions. I don't even know what that word means. Financial penalties, interest accrues on late penalties to the school districts. The state can withhold other aid to the municipalities. Credit ratings could be affected. Removal and criminal liability. Municipal officials can face removal from office. Willful refusal to pay legally mandated school taxes could constitute official misconduct. Practical blah, 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 right? So we have to pay it. Of course we do. I just wanted to know what would happen if we didn't, how long it would take for them to come. I certainly can't ask my counterparts to vote no for this, but I want to. I'm not going to. I have to vote yes. I guess I don't have to because they all will, so it'll get passed. It is crazy. I know people on the school boards. They're my friends. I'm sure there's some logical explanation. I just trying to find out what the logic is. I could go on and on, but I'll spare all of you what it is. I just needed to bring it to everyone's attention. We need to talk to the school board, write letters, and of course, Hanesport's part of it, but RV, it's just crazy. Our population going to RV is less than the other towns. Our contribution is higher, because it's based on a formula that's not just based on the number of students we have there. I want good schools. I love RV. I love Hanesport. I want to support them. 30%? Thank you.
Okay. So that being said, I put out Resolution 2025-116-8 for a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
I'll second.
Mr. Montgomery?
Begrudgingly, yes.
Mr. Dick?
Yes.
Mrs. Evans?
Yes.
Mrs. Torty?
Yes.
Mayor Gilmore?
Yes.
And I did not tell them to let me make that motion. They just knew that I probably had to. So thank you all very much.
It seemed fair.
Okay, Resolution 2025-120-8, supporting the fire department. I need a motion and a second.
At this time, I'd like to make a motion to amend the resolution, please.
Oh.
Okay.
Second.
Okay. So at this time, I would
Can we
like,
do this without John?
well, that's why Alexis is here.
Do we
You
need,
can make a motion and a second.
Motion, so there was no motion when the mayor brought it up, so there can be a motion.
okay, I'm just concerned with John. Okay. I guess Alexis, okay.
Okay, so it was second, so I can present the amendment, correct? Okay, so at this time, I would like to amend the resolution to include that after all administrative, legal, and financial matters are satisfied, that we hereby approve the purchase of a Quint truck or a suitable vehicle recommended and requested by the fire company. How does that differ legally from the resolution that we have on the table?
So I can say that John and I have looked at it, and it's unfortunately not as simple as just being able to buy a truck on a national cooperative, right? There are certain things that have to be done, such as, the term is, there has to be a cost savings, and it has to go through an analysis, and it'll have to be documented. There's a whole process according to a local finance notice that has to be done in order to purchase something on a national cooperative. So, with all of that being said, to include language like that might not be ideal when it comes to the requirements that has to be satisfied in order to complete such a purchase.
Can we approve the resolution as written?
Yeah. Yeah, so do you want me to repeat that for them? Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, thank you. So there's a process that has to be satisfied through local finance board notice. It's back in 2012. So there's all these things that have to be done, one of which that's probably most relevant to the consideration tonight and in the future is there has to be a cost-saving analysis done. And it all has to be documented and very clear that this purchase from the National Cooperative is a cost savings to the municipality. Now, there's no black and white formula. There's a lot of things that can go into it, but it does have to be done. And it has to be positive, showing that there is a cost savings for the municipality to purchase on a national cooperative.
So I said, and I proposed, that once all these matters are satisfied, I would like to see this committee move forward to approve a truck, either the Quint or a suitable vehicle, recommended and requested by the fire company.
So the one question that's similar to what Committeewoman Evans says is that already satisfied by what's on the agenda?
No, it is
and that's
not.
That's up for the committee to determine, not for myself. But that's why there's a motion, and that's why you all are there to make that motion if you want to amend it. And I'll leave that up to you. Okay. But that's the law, that there does have to be an analysis done. You can't just go and purchase it tomorrow. So ultimately, it's up to the committee on whether they want to amend it based on what Deputy Mayor Torty has proposed. It's up to them if they would like it to read something differently than what the committee already has before them. But there is a process that has to be followed. We can't just go ahead and purchase it.
But what I'm trying to find out, Alexis, please, is are we committing ourselves to something different if we pass Karen's version, Committeewoman Torty's, sorry, Deputy Mayor Torty's, than the one that we have in front of us?
It's hard to say, right, to sit here and give you something off the top of our heads without looking at both and going with it. It's hard to say.
Well, I would like to just make the point here that I'm trying to recommend that we follow the lead of the fire company. And if they're telling us this is the kind of truck that they need and want, then I think that we need to say yes, that after all of this is satisfied, that we approve a truck recommended by the fire company. And I would like to have that clear and on this resolution.
And I think that's ultimately up for the committee to determine if they want it to read that way.
Because we already had agreed previously, 4 years ago, to put aside money for a fire truck that they were recommending. And we have already put aside $400,000, and so we already have been committed to the fire company. We already have been putting money aside for a fire truck. Now, apparently, there's a change in the type of truck they want, but we have to do our due diligence, and we're following our solicitor's advisement.
Well, I'm just saying everything has to be satisfied. That's fine. That's
Well,
fine.
that's what we're doing.
Well, I would like to have more of a commitment that, from the committee here, that we are going to support this fire company and approve a truck for them, and be it the one that they recommend from
Support the
us.
fire company.
And I think that no matter what was put aside, we haven't had a resolution about this. So this is what's different now, is that we are voting on a resolution that we are supporting this fire company, that after everything.
I'll vote 100% to support the fire company.
Right.
I'll vote right now for that. That's really easy. I think what the question is that, do we want to vote on the resolution that's at hand, or do we want to vote on the amended resolution that was there? I don't know if that's what the legal ramifications are, but I will clearly vote to support the fire company.
Company
I mean,
itself.
if that's, if we're going to say who wants to vote to support the fire company, I'll be the first to raise my hand.
But that's not the vote. The vote is whether we
Right,
are
but that's
voting
what
on
you-
the
but that's what
amended.
But that's what you said.
That's
So
what you
so I want to
said.
be real clear that I certainly want to support.
I think there is, so as Deputy Mayor Torty has a motion on the floor, there is a second. So if the committee wants to vote on whether they want to amend the resolution that's on here, based on her amendments, that's what's on the floor.
So we call for a vote.
And whenever you're ready for, whenever discussion is concluded, but yes, that's the
Can we
motion.
vote on the first resolution first?
Well, no,
And
because
then-
unfortunately, there is a motion, so unless we table that motion, then no. So right now, it would be a motion because there is one on the floor. So Deputy Mayor made a motion, Committeeman Dick seconded it, so it is ready for a vote.
And let's,
And if Committeewoman Evans wants to comment before there's any vote.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to say one thing, which is that as far as I can see it, both the resolutions, the version that we have in our folders and the amended version, both are resolutions to support the fire company 100%, right? Both are resolutions to support the fire company 100%, and both include the planned purchase of apparatus.
Yeah, but the question is, who decides? I want the fire department to be able to choose the truck that they feel they need for the safety of this town. And I want that in the resolution.
I don't think that's what, I mean, we were elected to
Represent them,
to represent everyone.
yes.
Yeah.
And people and the fire company.
I'm just saying both resolutions support the fire company. Please do not be under any illusion about that. Both of these resolutions represent
think
100%
there's a copy
support
of
of the fire company.
The only people that received a copy of this resolution were committee members.
Well, yeah.
did you want to ask a question about the table?
All right, well, no, so right now, there's no public comment on this, it's just discussion. for the Township Committee at this
Can
point.
we,
It's a resolution.
can we read, should we read the resolution that's at hand, or do we need to respond to this?
If you'd like, that's fine. If
motion-
you want to read it onto the record, so it's at least clear, and then Deputy Mayor can maybe read what her proposal was to the amendment, so it's clear.
Thank you.
So do you want me to read it? I can pull it up real quick. Just make it easy.
It says,
No, the original, the one that you sent.
Resolution
Oh.
2025-120-8 is a resolution in support of pursuing funding and exploring the opportunities for purchase of fire apparatus. Whereas Hainesport Fire Company has put forward a request for new apparatus and advised the Hainesport Township of existing opportunities to purchase a Quint truck. And whereas Hainesport Township has reserved $400,000 towards a replacement vehicle. And whereas an aerial truck will cost in the region of $1.3 million or more, now and therefore be it resolved that the governing body of Hainesport Township will continue planning for additional funding along with the fundraising efforts of the Hainesport Volunteer Fire Company and other organizations. And be it further resolved that Hainesport Township will explore existing opportunities while reserving the right to purchase a vehicle that best fulfills the township's needs and budget. And this is certified by Paula Costco. That's what it reads.
Okay, so my amendment is, I would like to amend the resolution to include that after all administrative, legal, and financial matters are satisfied, we hereby approve the purchase of a Quint truck or a suitable vehicle recommended and requested by the fire company.
So I can say, after hearing it again, Deputy Mayor, after we go